Hello, and how's everyone doing today in the Galactic Family Podcast world today? Today, we are honored to welcome Leon, the Raelian Chief Rabbi and internationally recognized spokesperson for the Messiah. Leon stands at a unique crossroads of spirituality, peace, advocacy, and humanity's evolving understanding of our universe, of our place in the universe. As a senior representative of the Raelian Movement, he speaks on themes that bring ancient tradition with future focused dialogue, including human origins, extraterrestrial intelligence, global peace initiatives, and the role of consciousness in shaping civilization. Beyond his religious and philosophical work, Leon is also deeply involved in the international peace efforts, including the 1 Minute for Peace initiative and the Israel-Palestinian Gandhis project, both dedicated to nonviolence, reconciliation, and dialogue across cultures. This conversation explores belief, contact, technology, and the future of humanity through the lens of one of the most intriguing spiritual and diplomatic voices in modern disclosure era discussions. Please welcome Leon, Chief Rabbi of the Raelian Movement, to the Galactic Family Podcast. Whoop, I got to get you on. There we go. Now we're good.
Hello, Mr. Albertson, and thank you for inviting me into your podcast. It's a pleasure to be here today and to talk about the truth.
It's wonderful to have you, sir. So, for people meeting you for the first time, who are you and how did you start out growing up and getting into the Raelian movement?
Well, it was almost 40 years ago. I was born as in a Jewish traditional family, religious, observing religion or observing all the laws of Judaism. And one day I had always questions when I was a child, but never got the right answers. I never got satisfied of the answers I got. So one day I come across with a book, which was the book which tells the truth, which we call today Intelligent Design.
Okay.
And that day, being from Jewish tradition, it was the book which tells the truth. I said, what, you're going to tell the truth to a Jewish person? and I refused to read it because for me it was like, how come this Frenchman is going to tell me the truth about our origins? But all of a sudden, with the time, and I had someone on television that was talking about the prophets of Israel. And one day I was watching television, and this guy he was a professor from the University of Montreal. And it was his name and his phone number as well. So I grabbed his phone number. I was in contact already with the Raelian guide and called that guy and told him, I made the appointment with this professor from the University of Montreal, but because I haven't read the book yet, will you come with me? And he came with me and we met this professor. And when I arrived, I told him about, you're not saying exactly what is the story about all prophets of Israel exactly. And he told me, listen, I don't want to know even if it's the truth, I don't want to know it because it's over 40 years that I am teaching now. I am retiring next month. And I don't want to know if I was telling the truth or not. I want to keep my mind, clear. I said, okay, if you want to keep blind, it's okay. It's your problem. Then I went down with the Israeli guide and asked him to give him the books.
Okay.
He had books in his trunk. He handed me 2 books, with the one that was the book which tells the truth, and the next one was the extraterrestrial took me to their planet. And now this book, and the third book is already here. We have made a big book with the 3 books that can be downloaded very easily and for free on our website, rael.org.
Yes,
And
it's
when I
also an
read
audiobook as
this,
well, too.
sorry?
It's also an audiobook as well, too.
Absolutely, absolutely. And when I read this book, I want to have, it answer all the questions I have since my childhood, but even more that I took the original Hebrew Bible. I took a dictionary because at that time I didn't speak Hebrew. So I took a dictionary what was in French and Hebrew. I took the Bible translated in Hebrew and French and took many citations from the book and from the Bible that confirmed without a slight doubt the Elohim mentioned here in this book, which is the original Hebrew Bible, which is the 5 books of the Tanakh in Hebrew, confirmed without any doubt the Elohim are an extraterrestrial civilization. Or I should say, a more advanced civilization that came to Earth over 25,000 years ago and created all forms of life.
And we see that also. We see that also in science. If you look at, there was a scientist, I believe, a couple of years back that had discovered that a chromosome in our body had been genetically altered, but not by us, which means it had to have been altered by somebody or some intelligence before we had the technology to do it. So right there is proof.
Of course. We need to understand something very important here, that religions have always hidden the truth. When this Tanakh was translated in Latin or in Greek, the problem was when they took this, after the destruction of the Second Temple, they took all the artifacts to the Vatican. And they mistranslated all this Elohim by the word God, because the word God in Hebrew doesn't exist. Elohim is a plural name.
Okay.
Plural of Eloha, which it's singular, and which means in ancient Hebrew, those who came from the skies. And when I lecture in Israel or elsewhere, I bring all the citations confirming these beings are people from another civilization.
So when did you first start questioning the traditional interpretations of the scripture? Was it when you saw this book or when you translated it and saw the connections?
First of all, I saw a videotape before reading the book. And for me, it answered all the questions that I had since my childhood. After reading the book, and after taking the original Hebrew Bible here, and confirming that what's written on this book, it's the truth about our origins, I took all the citations. And no rabbi, nowhere in the world, no matter how big they are, they cannot prove the opposite. This is why they always object and they don't attend our lecture. Not only they don't attend, but they come and block the entrances of all the halls or enter the hall and pull out all the Jewish people that came to listen to this lecture. What are they afraid of? What are they afraid of?
Change.
If they have more proofs to confirm the opposite, please come and make me feel ridiculous in front of everyone. This is what I tell them. But no one's there, because what's written here it's the fundamental truth about our origins. This is the truth.
So, what keeps you grounded when these topics get so intense or controversial? Like, what keeps you grounded in a Zen state, I guess, if you want to call it?
You know, as a Jew, it's fantastic discovery for me. It was a great discovery for me because I always had questions, as I mentioned, since my childhood, but never got the right answer that satisfied me. The word Elohim, it's a plural. The word Adonai, it's a plural. Yahweh is not a God. He's not a God. He's the most important of all the Elohim. And the name Yahweh, which is in Hebrew Yud Hey Vav Hey, are the symbolic of his name. In Hebrew, Yehyeh, Hoveh, Ve Haya, which means he is, he was, and he will be. Why? How come this human being, or because they're humans from another civilization, how come he is, he was, and he will be? Why? These people, they have a technology. And they're 25,000 years ahead of us. They reach a technology where they live between 700 and 1,000 years. Now, when they reach between 700 and 1,000, their body gets weaker or getting older. Before they get too old, they remove just one cell from the forehead. They have special machines, computers, call it what we want, because we don't have the technology to express what it is. We don't have it even the slight knowledge of what they can do. Yeah. So they put that cell into a machine and they clone a full body exactly the same of the person. Then the same way we download all the memory. When we buy a new computer, we download all the memory from the old one into the new one. They have the technology to download all the memory, all the souvenirs, everything that person knew since from all his life into the new body. So the old body, they can put it just in the trash. So because they have a new person looking like 18 to 20 years old with all the souvenirs, all the memory, all the knowledge of the old body. And one day we will reach that way, because the only way to reach eternal life is through cloning.
Now, question for you. Now that we know a little bit about the Elohim, let's back up a little bit and let's see what is the movement primarily? Raelian movement primarily. Is it spiritual, philosophical, science, or is it a blend of all of those spiritual practices?
It's philosophical, peaceful, science, new technology, because what we're discovering today, Rael was telling us already over 50 years ago.
Yes. And now
he mentioned.
And now that you mentioned Rael real quick, sir, who is Rael before you get into him? Let
me start from the beginning.
Please.
On December 13, 1973, Rael was driving to his office, and all of a sudden he feel the urge to take a different way and reach the Puy de la Sola, which is an old volcano close to Clermont-Ferrand. He reached there and stopped his car and started walking all the way to the volcano. He used to go to that place with his family during summertime for picnic. Then he arrived there and he said to himself, what I'm doing there is December 13th, it's cold. I have nothing to do here. I have work to do in my office. And he was going to leave, but all of a sudden he saw something in the sky, shiny, one beam above and one beam below. He thought at the beginning it was an helicopter, but then there was no noise at all. He saw something coming down about a couple of meters from him. A ladder opened, and he saw two legs coming down. Then he freaked out a little bit. He said, I'm not going to move. Maybe they think I'm a tree or something. And I don't know who these people are. And on the other way, being a journalist from a sport car magazine, he thought, wow, too bad I don't have a camera to take some pictures. At that time, we didn't have smartphones with cameras or whatever, you know. And then he didn't move. And he saw what at the beginning he thought it was a child. 2 feet came down, then the whole body, about 1.20 meters to 1.30 meters, a human being with a beard, long hair to the shoulder, black hair. And he approached in very harmonious way, without any weapon, without any aggressivity, a shiny face full of love. Then he feel relaxed. And this man approach, this extraterrestrial approach toward himself. And Rael asked in French, do you speak French? Sorry.
Thanks.
The extraterrestrial replied, I speak all the languages in the world. He replied to him in French.
Oh, wow.
Then Claude Vorillon, that was the name of this man that met with the extraterrestrial, asked him, do you come here often? I say, yes, I come here many times. And today I come to meet with you. Your name is Claude Vorillon, you're married, you have 2 children, you run a sport car magazine, and we telepathically induce you to come here today because we have a message for you. He was so surprised. He invited him into his craft and told him the following, which is the message that the Elohim gave to him over 50 years ago, on December 13, 1973. The extraterrestrial invited him to his craft. They had 2 chairs, one above and one below, to be eyes to eyes, because the extraterrestrial is smaller. Then he told him, we are the Elohim mentioned in the original Hebrew Bible. We came to earth over 25,000 years ago and created all forms of life, starting with planktons, plants, fishes, all kinds of animals that were designed by our artists, and we had the technology to capture that image and produce them alive with scientists. We are the ones that send all prophets from all religions. Among the most important ones, Moses, Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, and over 40 prophets, other prophets that were sent to Israel. We created all life with genetic manipulations of DNA, which is what we call desoxyribonucleic acid.
Yep.
Then they are the ones, as I say, that sent all the prophets from all religions to make us understand. But probably we were not ready or didn't want to listen to the truth because it was disturbing the establishment.
Okay.
And mostly, what's the reason Jesus was killed? Because he revealed the same message Rael brought, and that was disturbing the establishment and moving the basis of Judaism.
Okay.
They told Rael, we reach a time of apocalypse. Since 1945, on August 6, that was the bomb on Hiroshima, we feel the urge to send one last messenger. Because you can either evolve with nuclear power or you can auto-destroy yourselves. Then we going to ask you to spread this message worldwide. We have two aims for you: to spread this message worldwide and to build us the third temple the Jewish people are trying to build since a couple of years. And it's not a temple for prayers or for slaughtering cattle or whatever. It's their house to be welcome here on planet Earth, like an embassy, where we invite our fathers from space to come in peace after we understand that they are our creators. They are not invaders. They don't come here by force. They want to be invited. And why an embassy? Because like all the embassies, they should have the privilege of being there and inviting whoever they want. It's like the embassy of Russia, the Russian embassy of today in Washington. You cannot go in, or the American government cannot go in, or the army, just like that. It's like your own territory. They want to have their own space for their own security, for their own privilege, for their own safety, that we don't have like stupid F-16, which are like, for them, are like toys, because these people can move a solar system from one place to the other. Let's not forget, they are over 25,000 years ahead of us. We don't have the slight imagination what they can do, what is their technology, what is their science. We are primitives. And this is why they give us a message, which is here.
Okay.
This message is for every human being to be read it. And this is why we're not selling books here. We're giving it for free. In audiobooks or on our website, you can download this message for free on rael.org. This is the truth about our origins. This is what we bring, and we're not here to convince no one. We're here to convey a message, to convey the truth. The fundamental truth about our origins here, which is confirmed by the original Hebrew Bible. This book confirmed this one.
So what core beliefs would you want a skeptic to understand?
Let me finish, Mr. Albertson. This is why you ask me, who is Rael? His name was Claude Vorillon, and they give him the name of Rael, which means the light of the Elohim, because the Egyptians had the Ra, that was the sun. Rael is the root of the word Israel. Rael in Hebrew is the one that saw El, which means Elohim.
Okay.
And he is the light of the Elohim on our planet. He is the one that, he is the savior of humanity. And the savior of the Jewish people, that we, for the seventh time since the last 50 years, they have refused to recognize him as the Messiah they're waiting for since centuries, because they're imagining a big rabbi with knowledge and Torah and all that, which is not what the Elohim sent. When they sent Moses, he was someone from Egypt. He was a prince of Egypt. When they sent Jesus, that brought the same message, it was the same. These people had no technology, no science. And when Moses was on Mount Sinai, where he received the Torah, first of all, it was not on Mount Science, but we will talk about that another time, maybe, or later on.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
It was there for 40 days and 40 nights. He was not there on the mountain. They took him to their planet. And they have all the proofs from the original Hebrew Bible, the Tanakh, that they took him elsewhere. Because they say they took him from the mountain. Moses entered the cloud, which they used to call the cloud. Enter the cloud. The cloud lifted from one mountain to another. So they took him to their planet, where he spent 40 days, our days and nights, which are not the same for the Elohim, because they live on another time, probably. And they teach him, or they show him a little bit of their technology. The same thing like Jesus, when he was in the desert, and they took him to their planet. Why Jesus was saying, "My Father who is in the skies"? What that means for primitive people, they believe, oh, someone in the skies. But everything that was coming from the skies was divine then. And today, we can understand. If we read those who understand Hebrew and read the original Bible with open eyes and open mind, they will they are reading after that this book, and it's the same.
So what are the core beliefs that you'd want a skeptic to understand correctly about Raelianism? Because I have a question here, from one of our guests. They want to know the how the Raelian symbol is to be understood, that it is visually striking, but she'd like to understand the idea behind it.
Great. The symbol that you see here, it's very controversial because of the Nazism. How come Star of David is with the symbol of the Nazism? First of all, this is not the symbol of the Nazism. It was taken by Hitler for a reason. First of all, he took it from Asia, from India, from other places, from Tibet, because in all the temples you have these swastikas everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And what's important about it is that what are these two triangles which represent the Star of David? Let me explain. We are living on a planet. This planet is on a solar system.
Mm-hmm.
This solar system is in a universe. And this universe, it's an atom of a cell that is inside something that is alive. Let's suppose it's a flower or it's a rose, because they have found out recently that the whole galaxy, the whole universe, represent like a rose. And I can show you, I can send you the picture because I don't have it with me right now, but I can send you the picture, Mr. Albertson.
Yeah, that's fine.
And it's amazing because one atom of one cell represents the whole galaxy, the whole universe, the infinite universe. And inside ourselves, which is the infinity small, one atom of one of our cells is also an infinite universe. where there are galaxies, solar systems, planets, and there is life inside each and every one of us.
Mm-hmm.
For them, maybe the time that we breathe is maybe 100 or 200 years from them, because they're so small at the scale that they cannot feel our presence. They may be asking today who they are, and maybe they're having another interview somewhere with other people trying to understand. And this is the same for us. This huge body where we all are part of. And this is very important. Each and every human being have a different DNA. Why? Because each and every one of us is a cell of this huge body that composes humanity. And what the Raelian movement brings is peace, love among every human being, to love your neighbor like your own, but not only your neighbor, the ones that are even far, because we are all one identity with ourselves, with each and every one, and everything surrounding us, plants, animals. This is a respect of the creation. We need each and every one of us. And one thing more important, it is written in the messages that if you kill, to kill everyone to save the entire humanity, we shouldn't do it. Because by killing one person, you kill part of the humanity. You kill part of ourselves. If we are this, each one of us is a cell of this huge body that composes humanity. When you see wars between Russians and Ukrainians, when you see wars between Palestinians and Israel, or when you see other people killing just for fun, or to steal land, or to steal, or to get power, what are we doing? It's like the cell of my finger shooting at the cell of my leg. We are one full body. We are one with the entire humanity. So it's about time we start thinking about it. It's about time that people realize that we need each and every one. We are all born equal, created by the Elohim. If you remove the skin after the death of some person, you remove the skin of a black person or a yellow one, or Chinese or Asian, or the white one, or us, Caucasians, it's the same thing inside. It's the same color of blood, are the same bones, the same muscles, just the color of the skin that is different. But that shouldn't be different, because
I agree with you, sir. I do. And it's not any different. Like when I was growing up, there's nobody any different in my eyes.
There is no difference at all.
No.
We are all brothers and sisters created by the same creator. Yes. But they created 7 races like they had in their planet. And these 7 races are represented by the chandelier that was in the temple with 7 brothers.
Now I have a question for you from got a couple questions actually that have been pouring in for you, sir. Couldn't any biological body hold a soul? And additionally, the universe is not without an ending, so at some point any vessel you make would perish with it. However, what's inside is eternal.
Good question. And I don't want to please many of your auditors, but there is no God and no soul. What we have inside, it's our genetic code. what we have inside is alive and will always be.
Okay.
Will always be, but that's not a soul that escaped from the body after our death and reach a paradise or hell. There is no hell. Paradise is for people that the Elohim have put a system to compensate the people who have done well in their life for humanity.
Okay.
How do they do it? After they have on their computers the DNA and the genetic code of every human being that was created on our planet until now, and all the ones that will be born after. Since the creation. Why? Because after we die, a computer take the information, establish what good or bad you have done in your life. If you had done more good than bad, and you have helped humanity to evolve, then the Elohim having your genetic code can recreate you to live on another planet, because they have two planets, one where all the Elohim live, and the second planet they have created that it's called Eden, the Garden of Eden, which in Hebrew is very funny, because in Hebrew is Gan Eden, which means the garden of DNA.
What?
It
means the garden of DNA.
Yeah. Well, Eden in Hebrew, Eden, Gan Eden. Gan is garden. Eden is represent the three letters of the DNA.
Oh, wow. So they got it wrong. Like you said, they translated it wrong, or they could have.
That the what's so sad is that they pray the Elohim without knowing who they are. And they are like, I'd say many times, and like Yahweh himself, which is the most important of all the Elohim, say already, my people are the people with a stiff neck.
Yep.
They have got so many proofs. They have got so many help from the Elohim since they took him out of Egypt, led by Moses. When they have shown so many what they call miracles, which are the technology, a more advanced technology that we don't have yet, and we don't have the slight idea yet of what they can do. I mean, but one day, Rael met with a rabbi, I think it was in Miami. And Rael told him, what if Moses came today and tell you what I am telling you is the truth about our origins? Will you believe Moses or will you believe the book? He said, no, I will believe the book. If Moses came today and go to Israel without doing any miracles and told him, I am Moses, they will probably call an ambulance and take him to a psychiatric hospital. If Jesus came today to the Vatican, they will do the same.
Yeah.
They will maybe crucify him again if they could.
Man. So,
and why? Sorry.
So, real quick, sir. Another question here from one of our guests or one of our audience members. How does Raelianism view other religions or beliefs?
What we don't impose our children to be Raelians. What is written in the message is that when your children will grow up, they should know about all religions. And they will choose what they like. But they should know today, science and artificial intelligence are destroying the religions. Very soon, the truth will be revealed. And this is the fundamental truth. There is no other truth than this one. And as I say, I can confirm it with original Hebrew texts that without the slight doubt, no one can contradict. No rabbis, no one. This is why I'm asking you. If one day you can confront me to any rabbi, I will be more than glad. More than glad. It will be amazing for me. And I had many confrontations already with rabbis. They don't want to listen because they want to keep their position. They want to keep their power on people. And they want, the money that brings their position as well.
Some people have been breaking away from traditions, though, because I know of one person that I would love to introduce you to, Reverend Carter, down in I believe down in Georgia or Fayetteville, North Carolina area. He believes that he will preach, but he believes that of the Elohim, and he believes that of that nature, and he's been preaching that in his church, and he said it's controversial, but he said it's what I believe. I mean, if I'm a pastor, if I have to be this pastor and I have to come out with the words, it's going to be the truth. That's what he said.
Congratulations. They would love to meet with him.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I was living in Israel for over 18 years. I give so many lectures there. Every month I was giving a lecture, and sometimes twice a month. Every time. When Hebrew people, you show them the truth. You show them the proofs of the original Hebrew Bible. They understand it better than other Jews worldwide. Why? Because in Israel, they speak Hebrew. They understand Hebrew. They read Hebrew. They know the grammar of Hebrew, which most of Jews worldwide don't. They pray without knowing or translating what they're saying. It's like if it was for Latin people that were praying. Nobody understands, but they pray.
Yeah.
I remember I was a child, and since until now, I remember all the prayers, but at that time, I didn't knew what was the translation. It's like a parrot. You learn, you don't ask questions. We need to go to the synagogue. We need to pray. We need to celebrate this because Moses said this and that and that and that. But Moses also said, on the sixth commandment, you shall not kill.
Mm-hmm.
And what's happening now in the land that they gave to our ancestors to compensate them?
So here's
what's
a
happening
question
there?
Well, yeah. Do you believe also that if the Elohim are in contact, right, with Rael, do you believe also that governments are aware or are also trying to get in contact with them?
Listen, I don't know if they're trying or not.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're aware of it.
Okay.
Because even in Israel, there is a unit from the army just specializing in extraterrestrial events.
Really?
Oh, definitely. And in the United States, for sure they have.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. But are the governments willing to reveal the truth or prefer to hide it because to control people? Are they willing to hide it not to avoid the revolution of all the religious cults or all the religious people that will, if you take most of the people, most of the believers,
mm-hmm.
they need two crashes. One is God and the other one is the soul. And this book here reveal that there is no God
Mm-hmm.
and there is no soul. So what's going to happen? How are they going to control it? But one day they will have no other choice than revealing the truth, because the truth It is there. And our
Very
science, our technology will prove it.
I agree with you, sir, 100%. Planet Pop Star here, one of our admins on the show, actually has a hard question for you. If they come in peace, then who are abducting and mitigating certain people in the way as some of the other animals on this planet have been, tagging biological samples? Is it the Elohim doing it, or is it somebody else?
Listen, as I said, we are in an infinite universe.
Mm-hmm. The Elohim is just one, right?
The Elohim are one entity, and they protect our planet.
Okay.
But there are other extraterrestrial entities. They are billions and billions of galaxies, of solar systems, of planets out there, and it's possible that another extraterrestrial civilization have come here and adopted people because they're looking for the truth. They're looking also for the truth. And it's written in this book, on the third part of this book, that some extraterrestrial will come to our planet looking for the truth, and it's up to us to give them the message because they don't want to interfere. The Elohim don't want to interfere with them. Okay. For a reason, we don't know.
Okay.
But they're maybe not ready mentally to get
it. Could be a number of things. Definitely not ready as being one of them. Now, how does the Raelian movement interpret, or how does the Raelian interpretation differ from traditional Judaism?
Raelians who are Jews, they will understand it perfectly.
Okay.
And it's amazing to know that these people that have been taken for gods are the ones, a more advanced civilization that lead us out of Egypt. That they are the ones that saved the Jewish people so many times. Even in the 6-day war, the Elohim were operating there in Egypt during that war. And they were helping their people. But these people of Israel, I'm very sorry to say it, that they have lost that privilege. Because they didn't recognize the last messenger, like they didn't recognize the 40 prophets that were sent to Israel. Why? Every time a prophet was sent, either he was jailed or killed. As I say, he was disturbing the establishment. He was disturbing the basis of Judaism.
Okay.
And we should stop believing and trying to understand. This is what we Raelians are trying to convey to people. Stop believing and try to understand. You know, this book, as I mentioned, we don't sell it. It's for free. Download it. Read it on our website, rael.org. And then make yourself your own mind. Think about it. Evaluate with open mind. But ask yourself just one question, because there is only one. There is not 40 questions.
Yeah.
One single question. What if this is the truth? What if this is the truth?
Is the biggest obstacle, is fear the biggest obstacle? And what fear specifically would be what they're more interested in? Would be religious, political, or existential? All. Okay.
It's political, it's religion, it's power, it's money.
So
It's all that involved.
so
Because it will destroy all the religions. What we're bringing
yeah.
today, destroying the religion. This is why they try to blame us and to not to denounce, but to bring stupid things about the Raelian movement, defamation on the Raelian movement, because we are a danger. We are a danger for the Vatican. We are a danger for the Jews. We are a danger for all the religions. We are here to convey the truth, and that truth doesn't suit or please all the system. We have a lousy system that we should change. It's not by voting from one party or from the other. The system doesn't work. It's the system we need to change. It's the geniocracy we should start thinking about it. What is geniocracy? Geniocracy is like altruist people that can work for the well-being of humanity. Not just for money, not just for power, for the well-being of humanity.
Now we have a question from actually two different people. One, the same question. What do the Elohim look like, and how do they present themselves to people? And the same question, what do they look like? I imagine they look like a winged bird, like humanoid.
They're humans, as it's written in the Bible. They created us to their image and likeness.
Okay.
They have no wings. They have nothing. They're human beings like us. And this is described in the book also. The man that met with Rael was just a little bit shorter, like a child, about 1 meter 20, 1 meter 30. The color of the skin was a little bit grayish, or a little bit green, like that. It's mentioned in the book, but they're not, let's say, they don't need us. They want to save us, because if we continue producing bombs and making wars, we're going to reach a point that we will destroy our humanity. The bomb in Hiroshima and Nagasaki killed over 300,000 people in 1 second. And that it's just a bomb. Since that happened in 1945, we have so many bombs that we can destroy 200 million times our planet. But we are very stupid. We are really stupid because we have no other planet where to go.
No.
If we destroy our planet, okay, maybe the leaders have bunkers and all that, okay. But then what will be after? When they come out of that bunker, that everything will be destroyed, what will they do with their lives? What will they do with their money? What will they do with their power? What will they do if they're alone? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And we're trying to kill each other. That's very stupid. This is why we need to change the system. And we are the only true religion that tell the humanity, and Rael told us that, and through the Elohim that told us that, if one day I ask you something to do against your consciousness, don't do it. And even if the Elohim asks you to do it, don't do it. Don't do like Abraham, that they asked him to kill his own son just to prove him, and he was going to kill and slaughter his own son. That's completely stupid, because today, if someone say, oh, I killed my son because one voice told me, or my God told me to kill my son, they will put him in jail. This guy is crazy.
Yeah.
But
So what
primitive people who didn't understand and they didn't have their consciousness, or to develop not only their consciousness. Today we need to develop not only our consciousness, but our supra-consciousness.
Okay. So what was the purpose in creating us then?
We are a chain of creation of life through universe. When they start creating us, first of all, they started creating life on their planet. They created some monkeys or monsters, I don't know what. One of them escaped and killed many of them. Then the government of our planet told them, stop all this. When you will be ready, find another planet, go there and do it, but don't tell them. Hide the truth from them. So they appear to them like, for primitives, when they were coming from space, they were gods. They were taken for gods. The people down here had no technology, no science, nothing. They didn't know what was a bicycle. So imagine 25,000 years ahead civilization. They didn't have a clue. So they put their face on earth, praying to them and all that. And they were very pleased because they say, well, we are smaller. They're not going to attack us because maybe with laser we can make them disappear. And then they sent the flood when they saw that the surface of the earth was a bad creation because of the aggressivity, because of the anger, because of the killing already between Cain and Abel, that were the two sons of Adam and Eve. They say, we need to destroy this creation because it's a bad scientific creation. We're not going to reach that way. What are these people we have created? They behave like animals. And even worse, because animals don't behave that way. Then they send the flood. After they send the flood, they receive a message from their creators telling them, we're getting close to the sun and maybe we will disappear, and you shouldn't damage the creation you have produced on another planet, because we are this chain of creation through universe. The ones you have been created by us, we have been created by others. They will create, the people that from planet Earth, they will create other entities and they will put them on another planet. And we are a chain of creation through universe.
Okay. Because I know when I read the book,
what they told them, what they told the Elohim is that let them progress to the level until they will understand.
Okay, because I know when,
unfortunately, we didn't understood yet. It looks like
because
we're still slapping each other, killing each other, abusing from each other without thinking why we're here for and why we have been created.
And it does say that. It does say that in intelligent design is that they came to Earth, they created life here, but they also went to other planets after Earth and created life.
Absolutely.
So, like you said, it's all about the creation story. It's about creating life and life creating more life.
Absolutely. And this is the infinite universe, which is called in Hebrew Ein Sof, which means there is no end. If there is no end, there is no beginning as well.
Okay. Here we go. Dee also is a subscriber to the channel, and she asked the question, what does super consciousness mean? Is it working together with AI, or are you talking about something else?
No super consciousness, supra consciousness.
Supra
consciousness is to develop even more our consciousness, to be more aware and live the second. Be more aware than the people we're living with. being more
Okay.
aware that we are part of a whole, being more aware that we are one
Okay.
with everything surrounding us, plants, animals, flowers, and especially human beings. We are part, each and every one of us, I will repeat again, is part, it's one cell of this huge body that composes humanity.
Okay. I know with the Australians, they think the same. The Aborigines, they think the same kind of concept was the law of one they have down there, which is everything is one. You know, the
Absolutely.
rocks, trees, we're all made out of the same thing.
Absolutely.
Do humans have souls in your understanding? I know you tried to explain this, but if if you're talking about the body and you say that the Elohim can make another body and transfer memories or transfer who we are to that, is that in essence the soul, or is that an imprint of a person, me imprinting onto another one?
It's a transfer to recreate human being with one cell.
Okay.
And the same way as I explained that today by buying a new computer, you download the memory of the old one into the new one, they have the technology to do that. And
So
this
that's
is
kind of
why,
what they think of like the soul is, like
no, that have
a
nothing to do with the
transfer.
soul. It's
Oh, okay.
science, it's
Okay.
technology. What it's important to understand is that why all governments have forbidden human cloning. This is a question, very interesting question that everybody should ask himself. Why?
A lot of skepticism there with cloning. More on more with me would be if someone took it to the extreme, okay? There has to be some kind of guardrails. Like I can't, you know, you can't have cloning for just military. You can't have cloning for, that'd be war purposes. My basis for cloning would be only on if it helps in general. If it hurts, it's not a good idea because, it should be helpful.
Definitely it should be helpful. But why? I have the same question again. Why all governments, when the cloning was announced, they say, oh, we forbid cloning because you want to play God. What was the fear behind that? What was the fear behind that? And that's very, very fishy question. The fishy question, the problem and the fear behind that was that if a human being in a laboratory can create another human being, the mystery of God is over. So it will be the end of religions. So how come a man or a woman in laboratory can create another man or another human entity? So where is the place for God? There is no more place for God inside that. There is no gap for God. So that will destroy the religions. And this is why I say it's a fear they have of all religions because they are the ones manipulating all the governments. The system, which is not only religions, but money, is the ones holding the world. Now, the banks are lending money to the governments. If the banks that owned by the same family, the Rothschild, today they say, well, we stop financing the governments fall down. This is why governments, they just do what the others behind that pulled them in power want them to do.
Yep.
They don't decide of anything. They're just puppets.
So, getting on to another topic here, is meditation important in your practice and why?
Definitely. Meditation harmonizes the body, gives you a state of mind, a state of harmony, and gives you and help to develop this consciousness and this supra consciousness. Because when you are meditating, you are in peace with yourself. We develop like a natural drug in our brain that keeps you happy, that keeps you in harmony, that keeps you in a state of mind that you don't want to hurt anyone. On the opposite, you want to give love, and you talk about peace, about harmony.
Yeah. And this is proven because there was a study in Chicago. There was, I believe, 10,000 people. Only 10,000 people decided 1 month we are going to meditate all month on that we would like the crime rate and peace amongst the city, and we want the crime rate to go down. The next month, it went down by 29%. It dropped, plummeted. But it was only because somebody was constantly sitting there meditating, pushing out peace to everything. And it was affecting people in the general area. And the more people you have doing it, the more people you will affect in the general area. That's what they found out.
Definitely. They tried that even in a jail where everybody was, they were criminals there and all that, and the aggressivity came down. And this is why Rael asked us to meditate 1 minute for peace. Every 59 minutes of every hour. We have a website called 1 Minute for Peace. Every 59 minutes of every hour, we close our eyes for 1 minute and we think about peace. Send peace to the entire world.
Yeah,
send peace to everything and everyone surrounding us, because we are one. And when we will reach one certain level of human beings meditating for peace, we will reach peace. It's very important. And this is why I have, since the last 3 years or 4 years already, I have started organizing meditations for peace, global meditations for peace. And we meet every second Saturday, every 2 months, to meditate for peace.
That's beautiful, sir.
And if you want to reach us, you're most welcome. I will send you the link, the website, every 2 months. Our next one will be on March. And you are all welcome to attend. And we will be very pleased to welcome you, because the more we are meditating for peace, the more efficient are our waves of love and energy that we need so much to send to the entire world.
So what frustrates you the most, though, about humanity right now? That we're not like, what happens if we fail to evolve?
We will auto-destroy ourselves. As simple as that. We will auto-destroy ourselves if we don't control our level of aggressivity.
And it's not only in other people. You should maintain, you should control your own self first, and then after that, then begin, to affect others in that way, because you need to grow as a person first before you can affect others.
Absolutely, Mr. Albertson. Absolutely. Love yourself like your own. Love others like you love yourself. If you love yourself, you don't want to kill yourself or hurt yourself.
No.
So why hurting others?
So what gives you hope, sir, in the next couple of years that things will be different?
The hope will be that everybody will know the truth and the absolute truth about our creation, that they will know the truth that we have been created by a more advanced civilization, stop believing and try to understand. And if we understand that, we can evolve. We can reach a level of love that is so much, it's so poor right now in our planet.
What message do the Elohim want humanity to hear right now? And what should this audience do after this episode?
As I said, read this book. Download it, it's free, it's for you. This is the message the Elohim are given to Rael on December 13th to humanity. And this message is for you. We're not making business here for books. We're not selling books. We try to give you a message that comes from our creators. Read it and ask yourself a question. What if this is the truth? What I am here for? What is my life? Why they have created us? Why they want to meet with us?
I know.
Where are we going?
Yeah, I know. Real quick before Dee's question, I know my wake-up call was about a year ago. I was asleep. I had a out-of-body experience, and I was told to start this podcast and to spread the message of peaceful contact. That right there is my quote at the bottom, sir, that we humans are all one species born of Earth to spread peace, love, and understanding throughout the galaxy. You know, that's what I believe in. That's my mission in life.
You're doing a great job because you're trying just to raise the level of consciousness of humanity. You're trying to relieve, to convey the truth. You're trying to, by understanding the truth of our origin, you're trying to bring peace and love to humanity. And this is what we need most. Love. Love is the only thing that can save the world. Love.
100%. One of our D has a question here. D Nitz, what is the one misconception you would like to clear up about Raelianism, if there is any?
What is a misconception? What
misconception is like somebody thinks that Raelian, okay, not me, but somebody thinks Raelianism is a cult because they have, you know, Rael is the leader, and he has his followers, and you know, what would you say? That's a misconception, I think. Everybody thinks Raelianism is a cult.
I have a question here.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a cult and a religion?
Only 100 years, I think, or something like that. It's like I don't know. There is no. Okay. Cult.
It's the number.
A cult hurts people.
Is the number of people that are part of that cult, because Christianism was a cult of a Jewish people, right? At the beginning, it was a cult. Then it became a religion, considering the number of people that join Christianity. It's the same. When the Elohim will come, or even before, if most of people understand that we have been created by more advanced civilization, and they stop all religions, and they stop believing and understanding and sending love and peace, not only we will not auto-destroy ourselves, but we will reach a certain level of consciousness to welcome other civilizations from other planets, because we are one also with them as well. And this is so important that the word cult have been put there to put dirt, to blame, and to make people disgusted of what they call cults. That's all. But there is no danger in I don't consider myself a cult. I don't consider realism to be a cult. We're not living together in the same place by someone that tell you, oh, you should do this, you should do that. No. As I mentioned before, Rael is the first one that told us, if I ever tell you to do something against your consciences, don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it. And even if the Elohim asks you to do something against your consciences, don't do it. I don't consider ourselves as a cult. Every one of us live in their own place, in their own houses. Every one of us work. Yeah. And besides that, as you know, no one gets a penny or get paid. We are all volunteers. We are all volunteers. We're not here for money. We're not here to take anything from you. Mm-mm. We're here to bring you the fundamental truth about our origins, period. And we just tell you or just ask you to read the book with open mind and make your own mind about it, without listening to what Netflix is saying, or without listening to what medias are saying about Raelians or about this or about that. That's all.
Make up your own mind.
That's to defame, because, as I say, we represent a danger for all the religions. Because the one that called the Messiah, who is Rael, Mashiach in Hebrew, is the one that will destroy all the religion. Because with this message, destroy all the religion. This is the truth. And nobody can prove the opposite, because I am the only one that took the Hebrew Bible, and I have all proofs that confirm the message. The original Hebrew Bible confirmed the message that Rael received on December 13th. And I can ask anyone, any rabbi, any Hebrew scholar to come and meet me, and I will shut his mouth.
Now, you know what? That is a challenge. I'm going to get somebody. Now I got to get somebody to come on. I got to get somebody.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm going to try. I'm going to try to get somebody to debate you. I really am. So within the movement, do they practice a non-violent, like vegan Jainism? Is that Jainism diet in addition to meditation for peace?
We preach nonviolence, absolute nonviolence. We preach absolute nonviolence. We meditate for peace. We are against all kinds of violence. We are against that. If we need to kill one human being to save the entire humanity, it's written in the message of the Elohim, don't kill. Because this human being is part of us. Besides, this human being in his infinity small inside his own body, there are infinite billions of galaxies, of planets, of solar system where there is life on their planets.
And
everything we see outside, we have it inside. This
and
the infinity large and the infinity small.
She accepts that answer, and thank you for clarifying it. For the cult answer, she accepts it completely. You know, so what message do the Elohim want humanity to hear right now? And what would you tell the skeptics in one sentence?
To stop believing and try to understand.
Okay.
Very simple. After you read that message, ask yourself, what if this is the truth?
Yeah. And I will give you the last 5 or 10 minutes or so, if you want to speak, sir, about anything you want to talk about.
I think I have said everything, unless there
Pretty
are some
much.
other questions. But as I say, read the message that the Elohim give to us, which is, we're not selling, as I say, I repeat myself, we're not selling anything. This book have been given to Rael for the entire humanity to read and understand. Read it. Ask yourself, what if this is the truth? That's all. But read it.
Yeah.
And stop thinking and stop believing what government's telling you about cults, what media is telling you to defamate on every idea that doesn't fit and that becomes dangerous, because we are the danger to all the religions. And this is why they defamate us as a cult, as people. It's all bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And
he also has other books out there.
Great.
So I mean, I like that one right there.
Recently, Von Dinaken passed away. He was a great help for all ufologists because he confirmed what Rael brought as a message. He confirmed it.
Well, I'm glad
Mauro Biglino, who was called from the Vatican to translate the Hebrew Bible, confirmed it as well. These people become dangerous. He was thrown out of the Vatican because he was telling the truth. He was bringing the same message Rael brings. Van Dinaken and others, what you're doing today is that you're opening people's eyes. What you're doing today is that you're bringing love and peace to humanity, understanding. Open their mind, open their eyes. And this is what we need. Love. Only love can save humanity. And you're doing a great job, Mr. Albertson.
Thank you, sir. I very much appreciate it. And if ever Rael would like to come on, I would have him on in a heartbeat. Anytime, I would be on at 2:00 in the morning if I had to, because he is a very very influential person that I would love to interview if he had the time. If not, I hope he continues with what he's doing and never backs down from his beliefs, ever.
He never backed down, and he never changed a word since the last over 50 years that he got this message and never changed even a iota of it. And they were never allowed to change anyone to change the truth of this message. This is what he received from the Elohim. This is what he conveyed to humanity. And we're looking toward building this embassy to welcome our creators from space, the Elohim.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. I can't say it online because I don't think I'm supposed to yet, but the location I figured out was, where it was, and it's perfect. It's perfect. Where it's going is perfect. It's. I would just say this, and they'll give a wide area for people to look. The cradle of civilization. That's where it will be at.
We're waiting for that day.
I cannot wait, sir. As always on the Galactic Family, we have our shout outs at the end to people that are on the show that have helped out and new members and everything. So we did have one new member, Dee. She became a member a couple days ago. I wanted to thank her for being a member of the Galactic Family Podcast. And I wanted to thank you, sir, for being on here and spreading the message, because the more people to find out about it, the more people are going to look into it, the faster it will happen, the faster it will spread.
Please, Mr. Albertson, don't forget to send me the broadcast, the registration of this broadcast, because I will send it to Rael and will publish it as well, that maybe he will agree to have an interview with you.
That would be absolutely amazing, sir. I will definitely do that. And I thank you again, sir, for being on. And I mean, I couldn't be happier.
It was my pleasure, Mr. Albertson, to be in your podcast. And if it could help some people to open their eyes and their mind, that's my goal.
Thank you, sir.
My pleasure.
So we have now we have one shout out actually that I had to do here. Gene Sticco, one of our very, 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 very good people. You know, he's a very good person, very down to earth person, him and his wife. He wanted me to convey this to the entire community because of the fact of everybody noticed that he had took down his social media pages and is backing away from the UFO community for a little bit. This is what he had to say from Gene Sticco. On Sunday, Natalia was hospitalized with a severe neurological condition that she is still being evaluated for. I deleted all of my social media out of my own accord and need to focus on her and her recovery without temptation of any distraction. Should the time come when it makes sense to re-engage on the work we started, I will. Otherwise, I hope to check in occasionally with many friends and supporters that we made in the community. So I just wanted to be, put that out there so everybody's not, everybody's not worried for Gene, but please keep Gene's wife in your prayers, and let's hope that everything works out his way. And if not, I mean, I hope it does. And there is no if not. But thank you guys for being here. And if anything, I just want to say, thank you to everyone for being here, and that we humans, you already know, we're all one species born of Earth to spread peace, love, and understanding throughout the galaxy. Thank you guys for being here, and I hope to see you for the next one. It is in a couple days here. The next podcast will be in, I want to say it's the 31st, but let me see here. It's actually the 29th, the Shaman Investigator. Brandon Cooper coming to us from Monster Quest, the TV show. So I will see you guys then. Have a good night, good evening, good day, wherever you guys are in the Galactic family. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay.